Hello everyone. Today we are going to be setting up ReasonML. We're going to install it. We're not really going to talk about what it is or why it is so great. So step one, you want to go to reasonml.github.io and essentially just copy and paste the commands. So we're going to type that right there. For that to work, you got to make sure you have Node.js installed on your computer, which will also install npm. And then once you have those installed, you want to install something called a yarn. All right, so BS Platform is now installed globally. It should be available as a command for us. So we're going to, again, just copy and paste this BSB command. BSB stands for buckle script. We'll get into that in later videos. So this will create a new project for us. There we go, we have a new project. Now we're gonna look at the files that are inside of this project. So there they are. You can also open them in your text editor. The main file we have is a reason.re file. Looks kind of like JavaScript, but a little bit different. So there's this command in the package.json file. It's a script, an npm script called build. It's bsb make world. So let's run that, not by typing bsb make world, but by using the npm script. So we can do that through npm run build. There we go, just created some files for us. So now we have a transpiled JavaScript file. It looks very similar to the reason file. If you've ever used a CoffeeScript or some other transpilation thing, you'll notice that this is nice and clean. So what we want to do is use Reason in web development. So if you noticed here I'm using VS Code. Let's backtrack a step actually. You want to install this Reason extension. Maybe this one works as well. Just install some Reason extension in VS Code if you're using it. Make your life easier. It'll do syntax highlighting and all that fancy stuff. So we're going to create a index.html file in the top level, and we're going to serve up our transpiled JavaScript code from the reason. So cool thing about VS Code is if you type HTML and actually scroll down to the second option, it'll create all the boilerplate for you. Toggle the word wrap there, make your life easier. So we want to make our source that output a JavaScript. If we look here, demo.bs.js was just created. So we want to include that in our HTML file. So now we have an HTML file that has our JavaScript. We want to be able to see this in our browser. So there's a cool npm package. To type npm install -g live server. And that's the equivalent of like Python simple HTTP server. It'll just serve up your directory. And not only that, it'll look for file changes in your directory and account for those. So now that we have live server installed, go to your directory, just type live server, and it should open up your browser for you. There we go. Here's our beautiful HTML page. We didn't really write any HTML, but oh, what do you know? We don't have, our file is not loading, so let's see what's wrong with that. The thing that is wrong is we forgot that the JavaScript was under the src folder. So we want to change that right here. I just saved it using a keyboard shortcut. And what do you know? Live reload picked it up. It also picked up the console statement we had. Hello, buckle script and reason. So let's change the reason source code and see if it gets picked up by the buckle script / reason transpilation and by live server. And if we go here, we don't see the change. So question is, how do we get buckle script compiling? How do we get reason compiling? And that's through something called buckle script. Buckle script is our reason compiler, and we want to enable buckle script to watch our files and compile every time there's something new. So the way we do that is through the following npm script. Let's go back to your package.json file. We see that there's a script called start, and there's the same build script we had, but -w. -w probably stands for watch files. So let's just run npm run start in here, or alternately you can just type start. It's a special npm syntax. There we go. It's watching our files and compiles every time we make a change. Look at that, compiled in 257. I think that's milliseconds. If that's microseconds, that'd be amazing. I don't think it is though. So, hello Earth, and boom, it picked up compilation. We go here, live reload picked up the outputted JS file that buckle script did. So there we go, we have live reload working in a web project. Let's get rid of this annoying JavaScript error, Chrome console error. Reason for that is the VS Code snippet created for us. Assume that we had a CSS file, we don't. So remove that, live reload will pick up the change, boom, all our errors are gone. There we go. So one other thing you want to do, or that's cool to do, is install an REPL. REPL stands for read, evaluate, print loop. It's if you've ever used Ruby, that'll be IRB. If you've used Elixir, it's IEX. If you used Node.js, I think Node spawns an REPL as well, the Node command. So you want to, let's open up a new terminal here. I'm going to clear this for you. So type this command if you're in Mac. If you're in Linux, type that. If you're in Windows, I'm not even sure what this says. If you're in Windows, you can follow these instructions. Anyway, so now we have Reason CLI installed, and what that does is it adds a program to our path called rtop. So we type rtop, we now have an REPL loop, essentially an interactive environment. There you go, you can type reason commands and it will evaluate them. We'll get more into possible available reason syntax you have and what makes reason better than, let's just say, TypeScript or JavaScript. We'll get into that in later videos though. Thank you for watching.